A cave lion rib from Germany has a spear wound in it, and a Neanderthal probably put it there by getting close enough to shove wood through bone 48,000 years ago. This wasn't some clean little arrow shot from safety, no bows. This was a wooden thrusting spear, the kind you only use when the animal can reach you too. 12.6 millimeters. That tiny puncture is weirdly exact. A researcher can measure one rib, and suddenly you're watching a lion die in Bavaria, a cave lion. And then the group butchered the body for meat and organs. They ate them. So here's the thing. Ancient humans absolutely ate predators. Lions, bears, wolves, foxes, hyenas. But predator meat was the rare stuff, the risky stuff, the weird stuff. So if humans could kill lions, why didn't they eat predators all the time? And before we follow this lion's body into camp, if you enjoy this video, like, share, and subscribe. Each of my videos takes hours of research before I even think about making the script, so please support the journey. If you enjoy this, I'll make a full series about anything you want. Just let me know in the comments below. Okay, back to the lion. The Siegsdorf animal was an old male with teeth worn down hard from a long life, which matters because this probably wasn't some heroic duel against the strongest cat in Europe. It may have been an opportunity. Old, weak, close. That's how smart hunters survive. They don't make dinner harder than it has to be. Easy beats impressive. And the record keeps doing this. At Gran Dolina in Spain, roughly 300,000 years ago, humans butchered an extinct lion. Researchers literally called it the hunted hunter. So predator eating wasn't some late weird habit. It goes deep. And it wasn't only lions. At El Mirador Cave in Spain, small carnivores show up in the leftovers. 33 remains. 24 looked eaten by humans. That's not a menu staple. That's a pattern. At Axlor, Neanderthals left cut marks on carnivore bones too. So the answer isn't never. The answer is rare, useful, and opportunistic. Way before metal. Way before freezers. At Einhornhöhle, Germany, lion toe bones suggest a pelt was removed 190,000 years ago. The cuts suggest the claws may have stayed attached, because sometimes the lion was more useful as skin, as warmth, as a warning, as power. Then, Garma, Spain, much later, gives us another clawed skin, about 16,500 years ago. And in that cave, 9 lion toe bones turned up. Someone had worked them carefully. 8 had cut marks. But this next number tells the whole story, 0.23%. That's how much of the studied animal bone was lion. Almost everything else was normal prey. Deer, horses, bison, reindeer. The boring answer is usually the real one. Herbivores paid better, and everybody knew it. A predator is meat made out of meat. Plants feed the herds feed the lions, and every step leaks energy. Ecologists often simplify it like this. About 10% moves up a level, so a landscape can hold lots of deer and only a few lions. Predators are the tiny, expensive slice. A hungry hunter doesn't need drama. They need calories that don't bite back. Good deal? Modern foraging data says the same thing. One review pulled 85 studies, almost 800,000 kill records, and the pattern still comes back to returns. Big enough to matter, safe enough to try. A reindeer is findable. A bison is huge. A lion can ruin the rest of your life. No, seriously. Ancient humans were apex predators, but they weren't reckless. The smart version is old or trapped, or sleeping, already dead. That's why bears could make more sense in dens. But lions don't hibernate, which is deeply unfair. No easy nap. And even when meat is safe, protein isn't enough. Humans needed fat. Fat mattered. Lean meat can become a problem fast if there's nothing else. That's why people cracked bones for marrow, split bone, hidden food, and they smashed spongy bone for grease. A fat herd animal gave the whole camp more to work with. Better return. Then there's the bad meat problem. Predator meat isn't magical poison, not poison, but carnivores and omnivores can carry nasty parasites. Trichinella is the big scary one. Trichinella. Modern outbreaks still happen from bear meat, even with freezers and thermometers. CDC reports from recent years are brutal. Bear meat keeps showing up in outbreaks. 35 probable and confirmed cases in one recent stretch. And some trichinella can survive freezing. Now move that problem back to an Ice Age fire, where the outside chars and the inside might stay undercooked. Wait, it gets worse. Some predator organs really can hurt you. Liver warning. Polar bear liver can carry absurd vitamin A levels. 1 gram can push past the adult daily upper limit. The muscle might feed you. The liver might poison you.
So, yeah, bad meat was part of it. Taste was probably part of it too. Carnivore fat can smell strong taste. But humans eat all kinds of foods outsiders hate. Rotten, fermented, smoky. So taste alone doesn't explain the pattern. Here's the genuinely insane twist. Neanderthals can look chemically like top carnivores. Top carnivores. But that doesn't mean they were eating lions all day. It means they were eating what lions wanted. Deer to human. Humans became apex predators by taking the prey of apex predators. They competed with lions more than they consumed lions. Modern foragers show the same kind of intelligence. Hadza hunters have been seen taking meat from lion kills, steal groceries, not eating the lion, eating the lion's dinner. A stripped ribcage on dry ground, nothing else. But sometimes a predator was more than calories. A lion could be danger you survived. Status. A skin could be warmth. A claw could be a story. One claw. One memory. So the real answer isn't that ancient humans never ate predators. They did. Rarely. They ate them when the risk finally made sense, or when the skin meant more than the steak. If you wanted calories, you hunted what the lion hunted. If you wanted power, you carried the lion into the dark.